If you're backpacking in Myanmar, I recommend going to the town of Kalaw. Like in most places in Myanmar, there's great markets. And like everywhere in Myanmar, there's really interesting buildings. And also in Myanmar, there's really friendly, curious people. Most people come to Kalaw to start the 3-day trek to Inle Lake, which is exactly what I did back in 2012 with 2 people and 2 guides, 3 of us trekkers and 2 guides that took us for 3 days and 2 nights through the beautiful countryside of Myanmar. And it's quite a difficult trek, and you'll spend the 2 nights at a family's house that your guide will arrange for you. And the rest of the time you're walking through villages, and eventually you will get to Inle Lake. But that's a whole nother story. This is about Kalaw. And when I was in Kalaw, I met some great guys.
Oh, it was good, the song.
Met some great musicians that I got to jam with. They took me to their studio. We had a great jam session. Really good guys. And we ate a lot of food prepared for us by this lady in the market who makes this really beautiful, really delicious. You can't call it soup. It's a meal in a bowl. It's so complex and spicy and fulfilling and delicious, memorably delicious. It's so good I can still remember the taste of it. There's so many things inside of it that we went back again and again. We ate there every day, probably twice for the week we were in Kalaw, and never got tired of it. And you get to eat in the market, and there's no place better to eat anywhere when you're traveling than the market. Always has the freshest food, the best ambiance, you get to meet people, and we ate here every day, a couple of times. And when we weren't eating or walking around the mountains or playing music, we were walking around the caves. There's these really cool caves that are about, I don't know, a short distance, half a mile, or maybe a mile and a half outside of Kalaw. And these caves are truly wondrous. It will make you wonder about so many things. It's such a great place to be able to get to visit. All of these Buddhas are memorials to people's friends and relatives, loved ones, and there's thousands of these Buddhas through this cave that is labyrinthine and meanders through the mountainside. It seems endless. You'll come around the corner and it will keep going. And it's well looked after, and we spent hours walking around and we didn't see anyone else. And it's a great place to visit when you're in Kalaw. So I would highly recommend visiting the beautiful town of Kalaw, wandering through the caves, meeting the people, eating the food.
Not to dread.
It's always best when you have your friends when you're traveling, of course. And as always, it's always good when you can make some new friends. So, Kalaw in central Myanmar, a beautiful place. It's the beginning of the trek to Inle Lake. Even if you don't take the trek, it's a great place to go and visit and spend some time. Alright, y'all.